You want to look like Batman? Well, I did too. So here is my entire workout routine for how to look like the Dark Knight. So before we get into the actual workout routine, I have a couple things I want to go over before I start talking about the actual sets. First off is bulking. So unless you're overweight or obese, this is a workout routine I'd recommend you would start a bulk with. If you are on a cut, this workout is still effective, but you will be losing some strength and you probably won't be making as many gains as you could if you were on a bulk. Personally, I would recommend bulking if you are going to do this routine. It's just going to be better for overall optimal progress and muscle mass and weight gain. Diet, pretty simple, basically bulking. Try not to eat a bunch of crap, like be smart with what you eat clean, try to eat a lot, be in a calorie surplus. Things like protein powder, like this here, will help you out a lot, especially with gaining protein. Protein is obviously a very core part of building muscle, so making sure you have a lot of it is very important. I just want to mention that this split primarily focuses on your back and your legs, as those are the things that are targeted the most, and this is where you will probably see the most growth and strength and muscle size. In this split, you will be lifting for 5 days out of the week, and you will have 2 active rest days. I will go over what active rest days are towards the end of this video, so stick around. But now getting into what you guys came here for, the actual workout routine. So you work out for 5 days a week, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you have to swap around some days with like Saturday and Sunday, that's okay, but you have to lift for at least 5 days a week. So starting off with Monday, you have chest and back. Bench press, 5 sets of 5. Every 3 weeks, try to go for a 1 rep max, increase the weight every week if you can. One thing I would also recommend is maybe incorporating bench a second time in your week, as they would also increase your bench strength, as bench is one of the core movements that you are going to be doing, but you only hit it once a week. If you want, increase it to 2. If not, you should be okay. Dips, 3x10, weight or unweighted. Weighted if doable. I'd recommend trying to go up in weight if you can. If you can't, stick with unweighted. Push-ups, 3x10, pretty simple. Lat pull downs, you have 4 sets of 10, 8, 8, and 6. I'd recommend trying to increase in weight, especially as you go down in lower reps, and just keep progressing. Barbell rows, 3x12, 8, and 8. Progressive weight. Machines, in my opinion, are okay as long as you are progressing in weight, but for optimal strength, barbell rows are probably your best bet. And then finally, incline bench, 3x10, progressively increasing. I would recommend using dumbbells, as that's how I like to do it, and that's what the routine says, as just a better range of motion, but you can't go wrong with machines or a barbell. On to Tuesday, which is leg day, and this is where things can get a little different. You can either do 5 sets of 10, 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 8, or 4 sets of 6. I'd say whatever set or reps you are comfortable with or good with, but as long as you are progressing in weight every week or as much as you can. After you're done with squats, you hit RDLs 4x8. I'd try to go heavier on weight, but if you can't, maybe try to work up reps and then eventually get to weight. Hack squat, 3x10. I know these suck, but I'd at least try to do them as they are good for you. That's everything that you should do on your leg day, as squats are pretty intense. But other things I'd recommend are sissy squats, leg curls, leg extensions, and also leg press. That's probably the one I'd recommend the most out of the 4. And then generally I'd say 3x12 for as a solid number of sets and reps. Wednesday, back with chest. To start, you do pull-ups, 5 sets of whatever you can do, weighted or unweighted, shoot till failure. So if you can start, do 15, then like 12, 10, basically whatever you can do with your strength, do it, and just try to crank out as many reps as you can. After you're done with pull-ups, move on to dips, weighted or unweighted. I would say maybe one, like if you want Monday to be your weighted day for, try to get 10, maybe your Wednesday is you are unweighted and you try to get more reps. Cable rows, any grip, 3x12, 8, and 8, more if possible. I'd recommend trying to do as many as you can, maybe like a 4, and then add like a 10 in there for a set, as that would just increase strength. Then regular rows, preferably barbell or machines, 3x10, 8, and 8. Barbell is the preferred way, but if you have to use machines, which is something I often do, that is okay. I always try to have some sort of variation in there, but you can't really go wrong with whatever. Thursday, legs. Again, squats, 4x8 or 4x4. I'd recommend doing 4x8 and try to 1 rep max if you can, or if you have the strength to. As I've personally found, I'm able to get more of my PRs on Thursday with lighter loads instead of on Tuesday, where I'm usually able to get more reps instead of strength. Next up is deadlifts, 3x6, more if able. I'd personally recommend staying a little lighter on deadlifts, as doing heavy squats and heavy deadlifts on the same day is probably not smart and you could hurt yourself. But say if you can get 6 reps of 185, 225, or even 275, I'd probably recommend it, as long as you don't hurt yourself and you're smart when you lift. Front squats, 3x8. I'd personally do it with a dumbbell and also a plate on the ground and having your feet on it. As one thing is, unless you have flat shoes, I would personally recommend not wearing shoes when squatting, deadlifting, or front squats. Then I would superset your front squats with Bulgarian split squats, 3x10 each leg. I'd also recommend not wearing shoes and having flat feet if you are able, and I'd try to do manageable weight but increased weight if you can. Then extra exercises I would include for your Thursday lift is leg curls, leg extensions, hip abductors and abductors, calf raises, and hip thrusts. You know, solid leg exercises, but I wouldn't say these are necessary. Now we're on to Friday, arms with back. Pull-ups, 4x whatever you can do consistently. So say if this is 4x5, I would do 4x5. But if you're feeling confident, 4x6, 4x7. Currently, I'm at 4x8 is what I've been doing recently. And I would say as long as you are able to do consistent reps, I wouldn't try to go for 15 your first set and then lose your strength. Do whatever you know you can do. Maybe increase it by 1 and see how well you can do it. And then after you get your pull-ups in, it's just kind of whatever you want to do for arms. But I'd say the main muscle groups you want to hit is your biceps, triceps, and shoulders. So personally, I would do bicep and hammer curls. Those are pretty solid. Shoulder press is something I would also recommend, as you can't really go wrong with that. Tricep push downs, skull crushers, pec deck, dumbbell flies, and then I would also recommend maybe like a hammer curl pull down, lat pull downs, or you could even throw in some chest in there, like say bench press if you are really feeling it. Now on to our active rest days, which is cardio. I know, a lifter's worst enemy. But if you want to be like the Dark Knight, you got to do some running. What I'd do is on your rest days, so say your Saturday and Sunday, walking, jogging, or running is probably your best bet. You don't have to do it for long, but I at least recommend having some sort of walking or cardio routine in place. As you know, your cardiovascular health is important and you don't want to be just a tank, but you want to be a moving tank. One thing I would also integrate into your workouts is abs. This is something that isn't in the original workout routine that I've been given, but I think it's something that is very important and you should also try to do. Exercises I would do for abs are things like sit-ups, leg raises, Russian twists. Those are all really solid. Also like the wheel thing. I don't remember what it's called offhand. If you're able to do that, I'd try it. I can't even do it. It's pretty hard. I'd at least recommend working in abs on your rest days. If you are able to, I'd recommend integrating them into your actual workout routines, as doing ab exercises and working on your core is very important and also helps your strength out a lot. Now on to some proof that this workout routine actually works. Here's some pictures and videos before I started doing it. And here are some pictures and photos of me currently since I've been doing this workout routine of September of 2024. And it is currently May of 2025. And with that, this is how you guys can become more like the Dark Knight, more aesthetically, and also just a fun workout routine to build muscle and to stay consistent in the weight room. If you guys found this video helpful, please leave a like on it, subscribe if you guys have not already. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and your guys' support really does mean a lot to me. Comment down below your thoughts on this video, maybe some other workout routines you would like me to do, or if you just found this workout routine helpful. Follow both my Instagram and TikTok. They are linked in the description as always. And I will see y'all in the next video. Adios. Peace out. Watch what is right here. It is my newest video on learning to love the process. I would highly recommend you guys go check it out, as it is a banger. Catch you guys later. See ya.